Welcome back to my channel. So I've been going through this Steam sale, just trying to find a game that would really get me into it, so to speak. So what I came up with was this game is one that I had seen in, because I'm constantly going through the whole Finder thing, you know, where you click on the 10 different games and look through them and all that stuff. So this game came up and I put it on ignore. I'm like, it's a side scroller, there's no animation, it's just kind of, you know, kind of bland or whatever. So I'm going through the Steam sale and I'm looking at all the different games that are coming out, or different games that are on for sale. And this one here was $3.74. And I'm like, well, let's look into it a little bit. So I did some Google searching, found out it's pretty popular. It says it's pretty popular in the Steam thing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to try it. And I'm so glad I did. It's an absolute blast so far. The narration's pretty cool. I love the dark voice and the way the story is set. The artwork is actually quite nice. It's better than I thought it was. As far as the artwork, it's very sharp but very dark and dingy at the same time, which is kind of, you know, pretty cool. But I was taken by surprise with the amount of replayability, or I guess not so much the replayability, but the ability to want to play this game. I've been looking for that. I wanted to come out of my comfort zone. I wanted to try some different games that I hadn't played before, different styles. I've never played a roguelite or roguelike, whatever the difference is. I don't really understand. So I never really played it. But the Lamb, I'm trying to think now. Well, Hades is a big hit. It looks really cool. I love the art style of Hades. But I'm not very good with fast-paced stuff. I'm not a huge fan of controller play, and just in general, my fingers don't work like they used to. So, and then the Cult of the Lamb is another one that I've been kind of interested in. I'm probably not going to pick it up, but there was something about it that I really thought was really cool. So I was kind of looking through, and I stumbled upon a video that showed like the top 15 roguelikes or whatever, and I watched that video, and this one came up. And the guy gave a little bit of a brief thing on what it's all about. And then I noticed that there was actually animation in it. And there's a lot of different elements that really kind of catches you by surprise. And there's a lot to it. You know, all these different characters you have, the different skills that they have and they can unlock. And there's so many different mathematical equations, I guess, to lack for a different term, and there's some strategy to it. And I always stayed away from games like this because the developer can easily put RNG in such a way that you never win, and they didn't do that with this game so far from what I've played. So I have 2 save points. I started playing it, learning. I lost like 8 heroes, I think. And I'm like, well, maybe I put it on too hard. So I switched it to a lower difficulty and tried it again. Only because when you first start the game, it saved it as darkest, which is the middle. It's the normal, not normal, I guess. A little harder than what I'm used to because I've never played it before. So I switched it and started over again. And I don't think it really was. I think I had it right the first time. But I've learned a little bit, and I've lost 1 guy so far, I think, since I've been playing it, and I think I'm on week 6. My other game, I'm on week 10. So, but it's really cool, and I don't know a lot about it, and I can't do a tutorial. I'm not going to show any gameplay because the video is going to be longer than I want it to be anyways. But you have these little stress bars here, little blocks of stress. So the more you're out, the more stress they get. And then you come back here in these different buildings. With these different buildings, you can remove the stress. You can remove their diseases. You can also send them to a tavern for stress. You can upgrade all these buildings as you're playing through a mission, which these are some of the missions. As you play through all these missions, there's maps, and you got to pick the room that you're going to go to and go through it. There's traps along the way. Occasionally, one of your heroes will be challenged in some way, mentally or physically, mentally mainly, and they can either rise above or give in to it. So they can build fear or build, stamina, the tough guy thing, whatever, which I view that as kind of like a boon, you know what I mean, in a roguelike. So it's a really, really awesome game. And it just taught me a lesson to not just pawn something off without actually trying it. And I understand that games cost money. And the beautiful thing about Steam is that you have a small window sometimes where you can get your money back. Case in point, I started Rust because a bunch of friends are playing Rust. I hated it. So I got my refund on that. It just wasn't my style. I downloaded Space from Space. I played it for about 20 minutes and went, yeah, it's not my thing. So this game here wasn't my thing, but it hooked me in such a way that I enjoy it. I like the challenge of it and kind of figuring out how it all kind of comes together. It's really, really neat. I love the fact that you don't have to go all out. You can come back, and you need gold, and you need all these things down here that you find along your missions. So you can farm for those and then come back. Granted, it builds stress if you have to come back, but it's better than your character dying. But it's really, really neat. And each character is a little different. This guy's a hound master. He's got a dog with him. Got some cool little skills. You have a knight, has some skills, and you can unlock the other skills, but you can only take 4, I think, with you at a time. You have armor. You can upgrade your armor and all that at some point with the blacksmith. So you have a blacksmith here. You can upgrade their armor using gold, or their swords and weapons and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So there's some buildability with it. And you have all these, so you kind of have a thing where you can really make your home base something and make your warriors that much more strength, which I find that pretty interesting. So I spent the $4, played the game, kind of fell in love with it. So I went back and I got all the DLCs for another $6. So I spent a total of $11 on this, and it's more entertaining than other things that you'd spend that much money on. And granted, it's 4 years old, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, I still play games that are 6 years old. I play the Division 1, which is 6 years old, and it's still a lot of fun. Some games are ageless, and I don't know if this one is or not. I know I've seen some reviews where the second one is easier. Like, there's people that have actually played this game and it took them 48 hours to beat it, where the other one, they beat it in like 20. So, and maybe that's because they played this one and they learned and carried it over. So my next step is I want to play some kind of an XCOM style game. Maybe not necessarily XCOM, but something similar to that. I've never really been a fan of those, but as I've gotten older, my reactions have slowed down a little bit. I'm not so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll still hop in Fortnite and have a blast, but like Call of Duty and that kind of stuff just doesn't really appeal to me anymore, for other reasons other than the fact that it's just kind of boring, repetitive stuff over and over. But anyways, I just go through the list sometime, look for the cheap game, pick it up, give it a try. You might be surprised like I was with this one. Granted, it doesn't appear by the reviews that anyone else is surprised by it, because it gets such great reviews on Steam. But for me, it really caught me by surprise, because like I said, I marked this as ignored. And so when it came up on a thing, I was like, you know what? This really isn't that bad. So hopefully my mic come out good, because I got a new one and I've been playing around with it a little bit. It's a little different than my other one. It's still a fine mic, but it's a 658, I think. And my other one was like a K91 or something like that. So I don't know if it's really any better than my other one. I thought it would be, but I still got some tweaking to do. So I messed around with a little bit. I did this video once already. I didn't like how it came out, so I thought I'd do it again after tweaking my mic a little bit. So hopefully it's better. Hopefully you found this video interesting. For the 15 subscribers that I have, I thank you guys so much. For the people that have been watching my videos, I appreciate it. I've gotten a little bit of uptick lately in viewership, which I'm very, very appreciative of. I normally stream 3 nights a week. This week I was on vacation from work, and I put some time in to make some videos and play some stuff offline. Going forward, I may do that. I may just record my game sessions on my own, so I can play at my own leisure and not have to worry about being streaming at a certain time, but we'll go from there. But anyways, yeah, just pick up a $5 game, give it a shot. Who knows? You may actually love it. And worst case scenario, you're out $5. You spent $5 more on something else that didn't bring you even 15 minutes of fun. So, but anyways, take care. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.